Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Tom Lang Park in Weyburn, Saskatchewan for tonight's Western Canadian Baseball League clash between the visiting Saskatoon Berries and the hometown Weyburn Beavers. First off, we'll take a look at the standings because things have gotten really tight from 3 to 6 in the Citrix East Division of the WCBL. Leading the way, the visiting team Saskatoon Berries, they are 14 and 6, and just one game behind them are the Moose Jaw Miller Express at 13 and 7. So heated competition at the top, and both of those teams within reach of the rest of the pack. The Weyburn Beavers sit in third place with an 8 and 10 record. They're followed by the Medicine Hat Mavericks at 9 and 14. The Regina Red Sox losing a pair last night in Swift Current in that doubleheader, and that drops their record to 8 and 13, while it raises the Swift Current 57's record to 7 and 13. So not much to pick from 3 through 6 right now. So it looks at this point it's going down to August 5th to determine the final playoff spots in the Citrix East Division. In the Play Alberta West Division, the Okotoks Dogs lead the way with an 18 and 6 mark. The Lethbridge Bulls are in second at 14 and 5, and it'll be interesting to see if they're able to maintain that pace with the absence of Carter Clairhout, who signed his professional deal this week. The Sylvan Lake Gulls are in third at 13 and 7. The Gulls have rebounded nicely after what I'd say was a slow start by their standards. The Energy City Cactus Rats sit in fourth by a few percentage points. They're at 5 and 10, while the Fort McMurray Giants are 6 and 13. In sixth spot, it's the Brooks Bombers at 4 and 15. Starting lineups for tonight's game for the Saskatoon Berries. Leading things off will be the shortstop Brock Laird. In the number 2 spot, Ethan Murdoch, and he'll be in right field tonight and batting second. The number 3 hitter is at first base. Normally catches a lot for the Berries. Number 27, Gavin Panks. Number 10, Gael Salinas is the designated hitter this evening, and he's in the cleanup spot. The number 5 hitter, Nathan Houston, is at second base, wearing number 11, the Melville product. In the 6th spot, Nick Stinson, the left fielder, wearing number 27. Number 5, Josh Henson is at third base and batting 7th. Batting 8th, the catcher, Aiden Marion, number 14. And according to Barry's social media, it is Aiden Marion's birthday today, so a happy birthday to him. Number 3, Nash Nichols is the center fielder tonight, and he rounds out the order, batting 9th. The starting pitcher for the Berries is number 21, Owen Stemple. Over to the Beavers lineup. Leading things off and playing center field, number 3, Hugh Montgomery. The left fielder is Joe Medill, and he'll bat second, wearing number 8. Number 15, Ryan Dauphiny is the number 3 hitter. Doff the DH this evening. Braden Mancourt at first base once again tonight in the cleanup spot, number 7. Austin Boylan, number 12, is in right field, and fresh off of signing his commitment with the D2 Jamestown Jimmies. Nick Miller, number 20, gets the start at third base tonight, and he'll bat 6th. Trevor Dale is the starting shortstop, number 6, and he will be batting 7th. Rob Gurney is the starting catcher, wearing number 10 and batting 8th. And in the 9 spot, Ryan Weaver playing second base and wearing jersey number 5. The starting pitcher for the Beavers this evening is Josh Pritchard. The starting pitcher is presented by KFC. The starting lineup presented by Weyburn Carpet One. The umpires for tonight's game, the home plate umpire is Braden Lonsbury. At first base is Kevin Cooley. And at third base is Jordy Dwyer. So the start of a long stretch here for the Beavers, 9 games in 9 days. And so the home game today, and then the Berries start the road trip in Saskatoon tomorrow evening, a 6 p.m. start at Cairns Field. And then they'll travel on the road to Fort McMurray for a Sunday and Monday encounter with the Fort McMurray Giants. And from there, it'll be down to Spruce Grove, Alberta, where they'll play the Energy City Cactus Rats on June 30th and July 1st. And then they'll make their way to Sylvan Lake on the 2nd and 3rd of July to do battle with the Gulls at Gulls Field. And finishing up the trip on July 4th at Athletic Park in Medicine Hat, the Beavers will take on the Medicine Hat Mavericks. So 9 games and 9 nights starting today. Beavers will be looking for another big effort out of Josh Pritchard, who had a outstanding outing earlier this year in a win against the Berries. So looking to repeat that sort of performance here once again tonight. Going to pause for the anthem, and we'll be right back to get this one underway.
Throwing out our first pitch for tonight's game on behalf of Southern Range Well Servicing is Ron Hewitt.
And the ceremonial first pitch this evening delivered by Ron Newitt of Southern Range Well Servicing. The Beavers thank Southern Well Servicing and Ron for their support throughout the season. Starting on the mound for the Weyburn Beavers is number 13, Josh Pritchard. Josh has started 4 games, has a 1-win, 2-loss record. Pitched 22 1/3 innings. I think that's not actually starts. I think that's appearances. Anyway, 30 hits and 25 runs, 17 of them earned. Has 18 strikeouts to go with 10 bases on balls and a 6.85 earned run average entering this one. We're just about ready to get underway, and Brock Laird, the shortstop, will lead things off for the Saskatoon Berries. So far on the year, Laird, a .289 batting average, 22 hits and 76 trips. He has 3 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 14 runs batted in. And an excellent defensive shortstop is Brock Laird. First pitch fastball in there for a strike at 7:07 first pitch. Breaking ball misses. 1-1. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-2. Brock Laird from Natchitoches, Louisiana, out of the Southeastern Louisiana University, and lines that into right field, bounces in front of Austin Boylan, and a leadoff single for Brock Laird. And Ethan Murdoch is number 2 in the lineup tonight. Often see him in the 3 spot. Arguably, not even really arguably, the best hitter on the Berries roster. And he drills that to left field, and I think that's out of here. Nope, it's off the base of the wall. Might be a play at the plate, and Dale sails the throw. An RBI double for Ethan Murdoch. It'll bring Gavin Panks to the plate. First pitch from Pritchard in there for a strike. Ethan Murdoch aggressively jumping all over the first pitch from Pritchard, and the Berries are on the board. Panks fouls that off. And Josh Pritchard ahead in the count, 0-2. Panks from Covington, Louisiana. And that's lined towards Joe Medill and left. He makes the play, and does he have it? Oh, if the throw was on line, he'd have had him at second. So a hard liner to Joe Medill will retire Gavin Panks. And Gael Salinas will be the hitter. Salinas enters the game with a .377 batting average, 29 hits in 77 at-bats, 5 doubles, a triple, a homer, 13 runs batted in. Breaking ball fouled straight back. 0-1. Salinas from Rogers, Arkansas. Attended Frontier Community College. 1-1 the count. Popped up, foul territory, Braden Mancourt. It's over the Beaver bullpen and out of play. 1-2 the count. Nathan Houston on deck. One ball and 2 strikes the count. Breaking ball hit on the ground to short. Backhanded by Dale. Long throw in time. Salinas down 6-3 for the second out. And that'll bring Nathan Houston to the plate. The product of Melville, 21 hits and 60 at-bats, good for a .350 average. 2 doubles, a triple, does not have a homer. 7 runs batted in on the year for Nathan Houston, who attends Louisiana Tech University. And that's lined into left field, charged by Medill. He bobbles it, and that's going to allow Murdoch to score. So we'll see what the official scorer says about the RBI. There would have been a play at the plate if that's fielded cleanly. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 2-0 Barry's lead. 3 hits in the inning. Pitch is up 1-1. That's in there for a strike. Nice little backdoor breaking ball. Nick Stinson from Kennesaw, Georgia. And Josh Pritchard strikes out Nick Hinson. The Berries get 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. So after half inning of play, the Berries 2, the Beavers coming to bat, and we'll have it for you when we return on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Owen Stemple on the mound to start tonight for the Saskatoon Berries. Stemple, 4 games, has a 1-0 record, 13 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 12 hits, 8 runs, only 6 of them earned, has 15 strikeouts to go along with 10 bases on balls, and a 3.95 earned run average. Due up to face Owen Stemple will be Hugh Montgomery, Joe Medill, and Ryan Dauphiny.
Leading off the inning for the Beavers, the center fielder, number 3, Hugh Montgomery.
Hugh Montgomery to lead things off. First pitch is up in the zone, ball 1. Stemple attends Southeastern Louisiana University. That fastball is also up. Stemple from Covington, Louisiana. 6'3", 180-pound right-hander. And a 3-ball, no strike count to Hugh Montgomery. The 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1. For Hugh Montgomery on the year. So he fouls that over the screen and out of play. Full count. Hugh hitting .258, 16 hits and 62 at-bats, 3 doubles, a triple, 11 runs batted in. Ball 4. So the leadoff man aboard on a base on balls. And Joe Medill will be the hitter. Joe Medill on the year, a .277 batting average, 18 hits and 65 trips. Shows bunt and pitch gets away from Aiden Marion, and I don't know, it was inside, but that's got to be a pass ball. I'll wait for the official score, on that. Joe, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in on this season. So good speed on second base for the Beavers. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. So that was an RBI single for Nathan Houston, just verifying that. Popped up behind home plate. Marion looking for it. It's over the screen and out of play. So 1-2 the count to Joe Medill. Hugh Montgomery, the base runner on second. Ryan Dauphiny in the on-deck circle for the Beavers. High and outside, 2-2. In the coaching boxes for the Beavers, Avery Kirkup at third base, Jackson Henderson down at first. Fouled straight back. Still 2-2. This will set the outfield for the Berries. Nick Stinson in left field. Nash Nichols in center and Ethan Murdoch in right. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. He struck him out. First strikeout of the night for Owen Stemple. And that'll bring Ryan Dauphiny to the plate. Doff with a double on Wednesday night. That was number 39 in his Beaver career, and that moved him into first place all-time in doubles for the Weyburn Beavers, one ahead of Oxbow, Saskatchewan's Derek Wallace. So a runner in scoring position and 1 out for Ryan Dauphiny. Check swing foul. Oh, 0-1. Doff, since returning, a .391 batting average, 9 for 23. 2 doubles, a homer, and 9 runs batted in. All of that in about the last 2 weeks. In there for a strike. So Stempel quickly ahead of Ryan Doffany, 0-2. Doff as good a 0-2 hitter as there is in the league. Braden Mayencourt on deck. And a ground ball to short. Laird up with it on to first in time. 6-3 on the putout. Montgomery advances to third base. So the Beavers looking to get at least one back after the Berries score a pair in the top of the first. So Braden Mayencourt will be the hitter. First pitch low, ball 1. Mayo on the year. .273 average, 15 for 55. 2 doubles, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Mayo tied for the team league with the team lead in walks with Joe Medill with 14. And that's hit in the air to center. Nash Nichols under it. 3 away. So the Beavers do not score, and they record no hits. There were no Saskatoon errors, and 1 runner left on base in scoring position. So after 1 complete, the Saskatoon Berries 2, the Weyburn Beavers no score, and we'll be right back with the second inning after this.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Welcome back to Tom Lang Park. Josh Henson will lead things off for the Saskatoon Berries in the top of the second inning. Aiden Marion and Nash Nichols also due up. Swing and a miss, an off-speed pitch. 0-1. 3 base hits in the first inning. Plated 2 runs. And another swing and a miss, and quickly Josh Pritchard ahead 0-2. That's a really good 0-2 pitch just off the plate outside, trying to get Henson to chase. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a curveball. Second strikeout for Josh Pritchard. And 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And Aiden Marion will be the hitter. First pitch in there for a strike. Marion on the year, 7 for 38. A couple of doubles, a homer, 9 runs batted in. That's hit on the ground to Trevor Dale. Throw over in time. 6-3, 2 away. And Nash Nichols will be the hitter. Nichols, a .220 batting average, 13 for 59. A double, 5 big home runs. And that leads the Berries, 14 runs batted in. And Pritchard ahead, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And that's hit on the ground. Braden Mancourt picks it up, and he will take it himself. And a 1-2-3 inning for Josh Pritchard and the Beavers in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll be back with the bottom of the second here on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball right after this.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Austin Boylan will lead things off for the Weyburn Beavers in the home half of the second inning. Also due up Nick Miller and Trevor Dale, the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Beavers. Breaking ball is low, ball 1. Austin Boylan on the ear. Checks his swing, does not go. 2-0. 278 average, 15 for 54, 3 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and leads the Beavers with 18 runs batted in. And big news for Austin Boylan, his commitment to the University of Jamestown Jimmies. Congratulations to Austin. Takes a strike, 2-1. Also, congratulations to his mom, Kristen, and stepdad, James, who were in Weyburn in the past week. And hit by pitch, leadoff man aboard. You like it when you get the off-speed pitch to wear. So the leadoff man aboard in both innings for the Beavers. Able to get Hugh Montgomery over to third base, but not able to score him. And Nick Miller will be the hitter. Nick on the year, 4 for 20. Does not have an extra base hit so far on the season. And a 1-ball count to start off Nick Miller. Miller takes that for a strike. That's down. Two balls and a strike to Nick Miller. And that's lined right to second base, and Boylan's going to get doubled off. L4 for the first out. 4-3 double play.
The shortstop, number 6, Trevor.
That'll bring Trevor Dale to the plate. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. 5 for 23 on the season for Trevor. 2 doubles, a homer, 5 runs batted in. A swing and a miss. 1-1. Rob Gurney on deck. It's fouled straight back. And Stemple ahead 1-2. That's outside. 2-2. Aiden Marion half-heartedly asked Jordy Dwyer to have a look at it, but that's in the dirt, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3, second strikeout for Owen Stemple. So it wasn't a 1-2-3 inning, but Stemple faced the minimum. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after 2 complete, the Saskatoon Berries 2, the Weyburn Beavers no score. And we'll be right back with inning number 3 after this.
Third inning of tonight's game brought to you by Detour Bar and Grill. Beavers fans, mark your calendars. Tomorrow night, Detour Bar and Grill presents Kelly Taylor Live. One of Canada's top comedians is coming to Weyburn for one night only. Grab your tickets today. Get ready for a night full of laughter. And fans, remember to check out the Grub Shack for all your food needs here at Tom Lang Park, sponsored by Southern Range Well Service.
Rob Gurney throws down to second, and we're ready to get underway in the top of the third inning. Top of the order for the Berries will lead things off. Brock Laird, Ethan Murdoch, and Gavin Panks. First pitch, fouled away. Oh, and won the count to Brock Laird. He singled and scored in the first. Just off the plate outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball down. 2 balls and a strike. Ethan Murdoch on deck. Outside 3 balls, 1 strike. So 3 straight balls after Josh Pritchard got ahead 0-1. And that's hit well to center. Hugh Montgomery over. And he'll make the catch. 1 out. And that'll bring Ethan Murdoch to the plate. Swung at the first pitch, so I didn't have much time to talk about him. Coming into the game, 37 for 83, so now 38 for 84. Fouls off the first pitch. It's 0-1. That double for Murdoch in the first, his 8th of the year, has 3 homers, and that would have been RBI number 23. Fouled over the screen and out of play. Ethan Murdoch, the product of Swift Current, Saskatchewan, attends Marshall University. And reaches out, slaps that the other way. It fools Boylan and gets over him to the fence. That's going to be another double. So a misread leads to a double. And Gavin Panks will be the hitter. 2-0 Barry's lead. Batting here in the top of the third. Curveball popped up behind home plate. Rob Gurney finds it. He's under it and makes the catch. That's a big out right there. So a foul pop-up to the catcher for Gavin Panks on the first pitch. And 2 outs. Gael Salinas now the hitter. Salinas grounded to short in his first at-bat. 0 for 1. And fouls that back to the screen. And 0-1 the count. Pritchard, great command, up to 35 pitches, 29 of them for strikes. And a ground ball to short, backhanded by Dale, all the way across the diamond. And what a play by Trevor Dale! My! He robbed Salinas of an infield single. 6-3 on the putout. Wow. The Berries do not score. They do get a hit. There were no Beaver errors, and 1 runner left on base in scoring position. What a play by Trevor Dale to end the top of the third, and we'll be back for the bottom of the third right after this.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Spelling of his last name. Oh, I'll let you have it there. You would just let them do it. Normally I would say, don't You want to come up and see Mama?
Rob Gurney to lead things off for the Weyburn Beavers in the bottom of the third inning here at Tom Lang Park in Weyburn. Beautiful evening for baseball. I would say we're probably right now at about 20 degrees, 68 Fahrenheit. A light breeze. First pitch taken by Rob Gurney for a strike. So far, 262 on the year, 16 hits in 61 trips. Check swing did not go. 1-1. 6 doubles for Rob Gurney to lead the team. Has a homer and 9 runs batted in. That's down. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryan Weaver in the on-deck circle for the Beavers. And then the top of the order, Hugh Montgomery, the leadoff man. Foul. They'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball misses high, and that'll fill the count. Rob able to lay off that slider that was up. A fastball hit to deep left, back right on the track, and he'll make the catch. That's Nick Stinson. So a long fly out for Rob Gurney. To the warning track. So good contact there. And that'll bring Ryan Weaver to the plate. Weave on the year 10 for 51. Does have a triple on the year. And takes a strike, 0-1. Fouled back to the screen. 0-2 the count. Ryan Weaver from Gilbert, Arizona. Attends Eastern New Mexico University in Portales, New Mexico. That's up and out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Huey Montgomery. Oh, 1-2, sorry. 1-2. Yep, misspoke. Getting corrected by the scorer over here. And a pitch on the outside edge rings up Ryan Weaver. 3rd strikeout for Owen Stemple. And Hugh Montgomery will try to keep the bottom of the 3rd alive for the Beavers. First pitch sails high for ball 1. Hugh walked in his first at-bat. One of only 2 base runners the Beavers have had this evening, looking for their first hit of the night. That's inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Joe Medill in the on-deck circle. Ooh. He was not very tall, but that pitch looked like it was in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. That's fouled out of play. Evening the count at 2-2. Strike 3 called on the outside edge. So the Beavers go 1-2-3 once again. 2 guys caught looking on strikeouts there. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. The Berries 2, the Beavers no score after 3, and we'll be back with the 4th inning after this. First pitch to Nathan Houston, fouled out of play. Quickly 0-1. Houston with an RBI single in the first that scored Ethan Murdoch. Little bobble in left field by Joe Medill, but no error scored on the play. 1-1 count, and that's hit foul down the third base line. So after the back-to-back singles to start the game, Pritchard pretty solid. Breaking ball in there, rings up Nathan Houston. What a beautiful 1-2 pitch. Third strikeout for Josh Pritchard. Josh from Surrey, BC. Attends the University of Wisconsin at Superior. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Got to think that the Duluth Superior area would be a real nice place to play ball. That's hit in the air to left center. Austin Boylan ranges over just short of the track and makes the catch, 2 away. And Josh Henson will be here. Fastball zipped in there for strike one. Henson struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Hit on the ground to third. Nick Miller can't handle it. I think that will be an error. And Aiden Marion comes to the plate. Breaking ball, hit into foul territory. Weaver gives chase, showing us that blazing speed. Braden Mancourt, I think wisely preserving energy on that one, because there's no way he would have outraced Weaver to that ball. So 0-1 the count. Fastball in there for a strike to Marion, and quickly Josh Pritchard ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. So it was an E5 on the call. 0-2 outside. Like the idea though. 1-2. Looked like a changeup fouled straight back. Nash Nichols on deck. An off-speed pitch, soft liner to Trevor Dale, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. And after 3.5, the Berries 2, the Beavers no score. Bottom of the 4th is on deck right after this. kept that ball of Rob's in. The kids out there hanging over the fence. Welcome back to Tom Lang Park. I'm John Preddy, joined by my spotter and producer Lisa Preddy, and our dog Cody. Joe Medill will lead things off for the Beavers. Fastball at the knees, strike one. Beavers looking for their first hit. And Joe Medill puts a charge into that one and pulls it way foul. 0-2. Joe from Nanaimo, BC, played his 25-26 season at Cochise College in Arizona. And that's hit foul down the third base / left field line. Joe has really good speed. Inside. One and two. Ryan Dauphiny on deck. Braden Mancourt also due up. 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Beavers. Popped up. Shallow center. The right fielder, Ethan Murdoch, calls off Nash Nichols and makes the play, one away. Beavers have had just 2 base runners on the night, a base on balls and a hit by pitch. Haven't been able to get to Owen Stemple yet. And a 1-0 count to Ryan Dauphiny. Dauphiny grounded to short in his first at-bat. That's down. 2-0. Ryan Dauphiny from White Rock, BC, played his senior season at Central Baptist College in Conway, Arkansas. A conference championship for Dauph in his final season. And a 3-0 count. Fastball is in there. 3-1. So a good hitter's count here for Dauph. Looking for something he can drive. Outside, ball 4. He doesn't drive it, but he's aboard anyway. Second walk issued by Owen Stemple. And Braden Mancourt will be the hitter. Austin Boylan is the on-deck hitter for the Beavers. Outside, ball 1. Braden Mancourt from Langley, BC, also a conference champion this season at Central Baptist College in Conway, Arkansas. And he lines that towards the right center gap, and it's down. Cut off nicely there by Ethan Murdoch. And a double for Braden Mancourt, as a hustle double for Braden Mancourt. And that has the Beavers bench fired up as they have their first hit of the ball game here in the fourth inning.
Down to the plate, the right fielder, number 12, Austin Boylan.
That'll bring Austin Boylan to the plate. Hit by pitch in the second inning. And here he is, the RBI leader for the Beavers. So he's been pretty clutch in these types of situations. First pitch is high for ball one. Austin Boylan from Minden, Ontario, played last season at NDSU in Fargo. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. And pulled the string on that. A fastball followed by a change. Boylan swings through. It's 1-2. He takes a moment to gather himself. Gets back in the box. Nick Miller on deck. That's up. 2-2. Ryan Dauphiny, the runner at third base. Braden Mancourt at second base with 1 out here for the Beavers. A fly ball would score Dauphiny. That's fouled straight back. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Austin Boylan. Base hit would bring in RBIs number 19 and 20 on the year for number 12. And a good pitch there by Stempel. 2 out. Well, Nick Miller will be the hitter now. 4th strikeout, 5th strikeout actually for Owen Stempel. The last 3 of them all looking. Too close to take there. Oh, that's a good pitch. You want to throw a good low strike like that. Ball 1. Nick Miller lined out to the second baseman Nathan Houston in his first at-bat. 0 for 1. Trevor Dale on deck. That's down. 2 balls and no strikes. Tying run at second base in the person of Braden Mancourt. Fouled straight back right at me. 2 balls and a strike. Nick Miller from Frisco, Texas. Attends Eastern New Mexico University in Portales, New Mexico. Fastball on the outside edge, 2-2. Frisco, the site of the national championship for the FCS division of NCAA Division I football. Two balls and 2 strikes the count with 2 away. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts to extinguish the Beaver threat. They do not score. They do get a hit. There were no Saskatoon errors and 2 left on base, both of them in scoring position. So after 4 complete, it's the Saskatoon Berries 2, the Weyburn Beavers no score. And we'll have a line score for you when we return right after this.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Siemens Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Now batting, center fielder, number 3, Nash Nichols.
Nash Nichols to lead things off for the Saskatoon Berries here in inning number 5. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Top of the order. And Brock Laird on deck. That's hit on the ground. Trevor Dale up with it. Strong throw in time. 6-3 on the putout. Nichols with really good speed. Of course, when Trevor arrived, his dad, Mark, accompanied him on the journey to Weyburn, so good to see Mark again. Hope you're watching tonight, Mark. Brock Laird, the hitter. That's in there for a strike. Laird singled and scored in the first and flew out to deep center field in the third. And that's hit to shallow center. In comes Hugh Montgomery. He's on the run. And Ryan Weaver drops it. Are they going to have a play at second? So that's going to be... That was a tough play, but... Weaver covered a lot of ground to get there. Kind of twisted around, unable, got a glove on it, unable to corral it. So Laird is at second base. We'll see if they score that an E4 or a double. And Ethan Murdoch comes to the plate. Good block there and a pitch in the dirt by Rob Gurney. One of the best defensive catchers in the WCBL. The 5-year veteran. 4 years with the Beavers. 1 with the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Breaking ball in there. 1-1. Murdoch, that RBI double and scored in the first, and the double in the third inning that fooled Austin Boylan. Fastball just off the outside. 2-1. Gavin Panks, the first baseman, on deck. Pritchard checks Laird. Laird, a guy with really good speed. So that was scored a double for Brock Laird. Two balls and 2 strikes to Ethan Murdoch. Swing and a miss, and it bounces off of Murdoch. Gurney throws down, picked nicely by Mancourt. So a strikeout for the second out, and a 2-3 put out on the play. My spotter asked me why. Yeah, a drop third strike with first base open. The runner can try to advance, and you have to put him out. Drop third strike. Cam Williams with a question for Braden Lonsbury. I think it was because the ball bounced off of Ethan Murdoch after the swinging strike. But the runner able to advance to third base, Brock Laird, on that play. And they rule it a wild pitch. That's hit on the ground. Oh, and it skips right off of the seam and under Braden Mancourt, an RBI single for Gavin Panks. Unfortunate. Right at the transition from grass to shale. And it clipped it. Three nothing Barry's lead. And Gael Salinas with 2 outs. Fouls the first pitch back to the screen, 0-1. Salinas has grounded out to third baseman Trevor Dale twice. The second time, a great play by Dale in the hole. And a long off-balance throw. What a play. One ball, one strike count to Gael Salinas. Breaking ball stays high. 2 balls and a strike. And that's hit on the ground to third, picked up by Nick Miller. Hard throw across the field, and a nice play by Nick Miller will retire the Berries. But not before they score 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 Weyburn error and 1 runner left on base. So after 4.5, the Saskatoon Berries 3, the Weyburn Beavers no score. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 5th on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege right after this.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
We're back here at Tom Lang Park. Trevor Dale to lead things off for the Beavers in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch in there for a strike. Trevor struck out in his first at-bat, 0 for 1. And a pitch on the inside edge. Stemple ahead, 0 2. Rob Gurney and Ryan Weaver also due up to face Owen Stemple in the home half of the 5th inning. That's up and out of the zone. So moving the eyes of Dale up. 1-2 breaking ball down, I'd suspect. It's up again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spiked about 5 feet short, and a full count. Swing and a miss. 7th strikeout of the night for Owen Stemple. That'll bring Rob Gurney to the plate. Rob with a fly ball to deep left center field that the wind probably kept in Tom Lang Park. Right back to the track. First pitch high for ball 1. Rob Gurney from Campbell River, British Columbia. Played his senior season at Mayville State University in Mayville, North Dakota. Fouled over the screen and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Weaver on deck. Beavers had something going in the last inning after the walk and the double by Mancourt. Had 2 in scoring position with only 1 out, and then back-to-back strikeouts to Boylan, Miller, and now Dale, so 3 consecutive strikeouts by Stemple. That's hit on the ground to third. Henson unable to come up with it. That'll be an E5. So Rob Gurney aboard with 1 out.
Second baseman, number 5, Ryan Weaver.
And Ryan Weaver will be the hitter. Only 1 hit for the Beavers through 4 1/3. You're going to have to put more than 1 hit on the board, obviously. Gurney aboard on the air. Weaver shows bunt, pops it foul. Oh and 1. Josh Henson playing in on the edge of the grass. Gavin Panks holding the runner on at the bag. Double play depth for the middle infielders. Weaver, a hard guy to double off. 1-1 the count. Ryan Weaver struck out looking back in the 3rd inning. Fouled straight back. 1-2. So 6 of the 9 Beaver starters have been victims of Owen Stemple's strikeouts. Both bullpens quiet. Why wouldn't they be? And Stemple is up to 82 pitches. Swing and a miss. 4th well, no, not 4th. 4 strikeouts in the last 2 innings, but 8th strikeout for Stemple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts. Yep. So 2 outs. Top of the order, Hugh Montgomery. Pitch in the dirt. That's going to advance Gurney to second base on the wild pitch. So runner in scoring position now for Hugh Montgomery and 2 out. So not going to have to wait to see if a liner's through. Pretty good chance that Rob Gurney scores if Hugh Montgomery is able to find some outfield grass here. Joe Medill on deck for the Beavers. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Hugh Montgomery from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Played his college season at Mayville State University in Mayville, North Dakota. And that's hit on the ground to third. Henson up with it, over to first. In time, 5-3 on the putout for the third out of the inning. The Beavers do not score. They do not record a hit. There was a Saskatoon error, and there was a runner left on base in scoring position. So after 5 complete, Saskatoon 3, Weyburn no score. We'll be back with the 6th after this.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
A big thank you to High Tire and Southern Range Well Servicing for sponsoring the beer and concession center this season.
Should be a little easier to see the numbers on these light colored jerseys. 41.
Now batting, 11, Nathan Houston.
Nathan Houston to lead things off for the Saskatoon Berries in the top of the 6th inning. Lifts that on the first pitch, high in the air to shallow center. Hugh Montgomery is there, 1 away. Will make Nathan Houston 1 for 3 so far today. Warming in the pen for the Berries, number 41, Brody Wrench. And Nick Stinson is in the batter's box. A 1-0 count. That's fouled out of play. Since Stinson struck out in the first, flew out to the right fielder Austin Boylan in the fourth, 0 for 2. Fouled back to the screen. Josh Pritchard ahead, 1-2. Both pitchers outstanding here tonight. That sails high, 2-2. Through 5 1/3 Josh Pritchard, 68 pitches, 53 of them for strikes. Breaking ball fouled over the screen and out of play. The count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's hit on the ground, off the back of the mound. Dale charges it. It's under his glove. Tough play. We've seen Trevor Dale make just about everything. We'll see how that will be scored. Josh Henson to the plate. Breaking ball outside for ball 1. Rob Gurney asks Jordy Dwyer, and he says no, he didn't. 1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball in there. Good curveball from Josh Pritchard, swung through by Henson. Henson struck out in the second and reached on an error by third baseman Nick Miller. He's 0 for 2. Curveball. Dale, a nice play in the hole. It says Ryan Weaver was off the bag. So the base hit by the Stinsons was ruled an infield single. A visit from Jackson Henderson now. Some movement in the Beaver pen. It's like Bill Hosegood will be first out whenever that occurs. Still waiting for the scoring decision. On that Henson ground ball. But Aiden Marion will be the hitter. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Breaking ball misses outside, ball 1. Marion grounded out to short and lined a soft liner to Trevor Dale to end the top of the 4th inning. That's fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 aboard for Aiden Marion. Nick Stinson, the runner at second. Josh Henson, the runner at first base. An infield single for Henson as well. One and 2. Curveball in the dirt, blocked by Rob Gurney. 2 and 2. Josh Pritchard looking for that ground ball. That hits Marion. Breaking ball got away from him on the inside edge. That'll bring Nash Nichols to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out. Nichols, the home run leader on the Berries with 5. Slider in there for a strike. 0-1. Nichols grounded out unassisted to Braden Mayencourt in the second at first base. and grounded out too short. It hits that deep to left. Joe Medill back to the track. That's going to be scoring a run. So a sacrifice fly by Nash Nichols gets the job done. An RBI makes it 4-0. So for Nichols, RBI number 15 on the season. At top of the order, Brock Laird. And lined right at Ryan Weaver on the first pitch. And a little snow cone action there does retire the side. The Berries, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Beaver errors and 2 runners left on base, one of them in scoring position. So after 5.5, the Saskatoon Berries 4, the Weyburn Beavers no score. A new pitcher for the Berries when we return after this.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Just open another window and go to Google, or just open another window. I'll find it for you. Okay. You'll be fine then.
Pitching for Saskatoon, number 49, Brody Wrench. This pitching change brought to you by Sweezy Concrete.
New pitcher for the Saskatoon Berries is number 41, Brody Wrench. A tall, lanky left-hander. 0-1 record on the season. 6 innings pitched for Brody Wrench. He's allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He has 10 strikeouts to go with 6 bases on balls. And that all translates into an earned run average of 6.00. And due up to face Brody Wrench will be Joe Medill, Ryan Dauphiny, and Braden Mancourt, the 2-3-4 hitters in the Beaver lineup. Slider in there for strike 1. Joe Medill 0 for 2 on the night. He struck out and flew out to the right fielder, Ethan Murdoch. That gets away over top of the head of Joe Medill, 1-1. Fouled straight back. 1-2. Brody Wrench from Battleford, Saskatchewan, attends the University of Mary in Bismarck, North Dakota. Another slider fouled right back to the screen by Joe Medill. Count will maybe be remaining at 1-2. Ryan Dauphiny in the on-deck circle. Another slider fouled away. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Looking ahead, Mancourt, another lefty. Miller will turn around to bat from the right side. And then Weaver, the 9 hitter, a left-handed hitter as well. Swing and a miss and another slider. 8th strikeout for Saskatoon pitching in the game. Spin, spin, spin. First pitch to Dauphiny at the knees, strike one. So the line on Owen Stemple, he threw 86 pitches, 49 for strikes in his 5 innings of work. Allowed only 1 hit, no runs, of course, none earned. Walked 2 and struck out 8. Braden Mancourt on deck. Swing and a miss at a slider. 1-2. Fastball sails outside. So the pitches that have missed have been fastballs from Brody Wrench, and the slider has been all around the zone. And a slider waved at by Ryan Dauphiny. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Brody Wrench. All on sliders. So another lefty-lefty matchup as Braden Mancourt comes to the plate. Mayo with a hustle double in the 4th inning. He has the lone Beaver hit. Pulls that foul. 0-1. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Low. 2-1. Austin Boylan in the on-deck circle for the Weyburn Beavers. Called strike on the outside edge. Mayo disagrees. Slider is outside and low, and that's going to fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Braden Mancourt trying to keep the inning alive for the Beavers. And he hits that in the air to left field. Stinson under it and makes the play. And a 1-2-3 inning for Brody Wrench. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 6 complete, the Saskatoon Berries 4, the Weyburn Beavers no score. We'll be back with the 7th right after this.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Rob Gurney, seems to be something going on with his arm. Cam Williams comes out to check on his catchers. He's trying to get it stretched out. Athletic therapist Jana Elgard out there to have a look as well. Rob did not throw down to second base. We'll see if he can continue. Well, Rob's going to try a throw. And he's going to stay in the ballgame. As Ethan Murdoch will lead things off in the top of the 7th inning for the Berries. 2 doubles, a run scored, and a run batted in for the Swift Current product as he takes strike 1. Pritchard enters the inning at the 80 pitch mark, 61 for strikes. So he's had pretty good command. No walks. Has hit 1 batter. 1-1 the count. And that's laced deep. Boylan at the fence. And an opposite field home run for Ethan Murdoch. Solo shot. Five nothing Berries lead. And that's hit the other way as well, and could be extra bases for Panks. Medill comes out with it. There's going to be a play at second, and they got him! So 7 to 6 to 4 on the putout. A base hit for Gavin Panks, and 7-6-4 for the first out as he tried to stretch that into a double. And I don't blame him. It's just Joe Medill came up with it cleanly and made a great throw to Trevor Dale. And that's looped into left center. That's going to drop. A base hit for Gael Salinas. So 3 straight base hits. And Cam Williams is going to make a change. Takes the ball, gives the pat, a good outing. All in all, a couple of tough luck situations. The one double to Brock Laird that was just flared in behind second base in no man's land. And then the single off the seam past Braden Mancourt produced a run. New pitcher, though, Bill Hosegood. Bill Hosegood? Yeah. We're going to take a short break while Bill Hosegood delivers his warm-up tosses, and we'll be back with his stats after this. After 3 hits to start the 7th inning, Bill Hosegood in to face Nathan Houston. First pitch from Hosegood gets away to the screen. Salinas rounds second. Pitch way outside. 1-0 the count to Houston. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Good curveball. 1-1. Houston 1 for 3 on the evening. RBI single in the first. Fouls that over the screen and out of play. Struck out looking in the 4th and flew out to center field in the 6th. And after a wild first pitch, Hosegood settles in. Curveball up the middle, base hit. Salinas is going to score. Another RBI single. 6-0 Barry's lead. And that will bring Nick Stinson to the plate, the left-handed hitter. Fouled straight back. 0-1. Josh Henson on deck for the Berries. Pitch is low. 1-1. Bill Hosegood from Radisson, Saskatchewan, attends the University of Calgary. In the dirt, scooped up by Rob Gurney. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Nick Stinson. Stinson 1 for 3. He singled in his last at-bat in the 6th. Fastball on the outside edge squares the count at 2-2. Good location there from Bill Hosegood. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Bill Hosegood. So taking a look at the stats for Bill Hosegood coming into this game. An 0-2 record, 10 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 18 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned. Had 10 strikeouts to go with 4 bases on balls and an 8.44 earned run average. So strikeout number 11 for Bill Hosegood on the year. Checks the runner. Curveball in there for a strike to Josh Henson. Henson 1 for 3. That's popped up. Boylan charging from right field, and he'll make the play. And that will retire the side. The Berries, though, 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no Weyburn errors and 1 base runner left. So after 6.5, the Berries 6, the Beavers no score. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 7th after this.
If you have the winning ticket number, we'll place you between your prize. Now pitching for the Saskatoon Beavers, number 26, Reed Beck. This pitching change brought to you by Swayze Concrete.
New pitcher for the Saskatoon Berries here in the bottom of the 7th inning is number 26, Reed Beck. So far on the year, no one-loss record for Beck. 4 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned. Has 5 strikeouts to go with 4 walks and a 3.86 earned run average. And Austin Boylan will lead things off for the Beavers. Also due up Nick Miller and Trevor Dale in the bottom of the 7th inning. And they lined a nice Sunday hop to Houston, 1 away. 4-3 on the put out. Boylan first pitch swinging.
After the blitz, number 20, the third baseman, Miller.
Reed Beck from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. Attended Cloud County Community College in Concordia, Kansas. First pitch to Nick Miller is taken for a strike. That's fouled out of play. And quickly Reed Beck ahead 0-2. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Trevor Dale on deck. That's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the dirt. 2-2. Nick Miller never did have to turn around and hit from the right side against Brody Wrench, the switch hitter. Bounces one over top of the dugout. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beavers just unable to get a clutch hit to get some runs across. And a ground ball to short, fielded by Brock Laird on to first in time. 2 away. That'll bring Trevor Dale to the plate. Ten strikeouts in the first 6 innings for the Beavers. So greater than 50% of the times, 50% of the outs were by strikeout. So not much chance to be productive on those. And an 0-1 count to Trevor Dale. Robert Gurney on deck. Fastball tails inside for ball 1, 1-1. And that's hit to the right center field gap. And it's down. Extra bases for Dale. A stand-up 2-out double for Trevor Dale. Rob Gurney will be the hitter. 0-for-2 on the night. Flew out to deep left center field that the wind kept in Tom Lang Park. And reached on an error in the 5th. Takes a strike at the knees for an 0-1 count. Ryan Weaver on deck. That's up and out of the zone. 1-1. Rob with 9 RBI on the year. Looking for number 10 right here. Dale has good speed. High. Two balls and a strike. A double by Dale, only the second Beaver hit of the night. Foul tip squeezed by Marion. That'll even the count at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. As Rob Gurney looks to extend the inning. Runner goes, pitches in the dirt. Dale had it stolen. So full count. Ryan Weaver on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the Weyburn catcher. And way up, base on balls. So runners on the corners and 2 out for Ryan Weaver. So Panks will be holding Gurney on at first. Trevor Dale, the runner on third base. Josh Henson, the third baseman, playing in on the edge of the grass. Fastball framed by Marion for a strike. 0-1. Hugh Montgomery on deck. That's outside, 1-1. Weaver with excellent speed. He's tough to contend with when he gets the ball in play. That's fouled back. And Reed Beck ahead 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside edge. Second time tonight, Ryan Weaver has been caught looking, and the Beavers, they do not score. They get one base hit. There were no Saskatoon errors. 2 left on base, one of them in scoring position. So after 7 complete, Saskatoon 6, Weyburn no score. 8th inning on deck when we return after this. First pitch from Bill Hosegood to Aiden Marion is in there, a curveball for a strike, 0-1. Marion 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch so far tonight. Lifts that in the air to shallow center. Hugh Montgomery is there. 1 out. So Nash Nichols will come to the plate. Nichols 0 for 2 with a sac fly and an RBI. Curveball grounded to Nick Miller, and that gets by him. That's going to be a double for Nash Nichols. Miller unable to come up with that. Not especially sharply hit. Fourth double of the game for the Berries. And at least a couple of them really strange, not great contact. First pitch to Brock Laird is in there for a strike. 0-1. Laird 2 for 4 on the evening with a couple of runs scored. That slash the other way. Boylan goes back, catches it awkwardly, and the runner tags and is going. Is there going to be a play? Nope. Nichols scores all the way. That's a catch in the outfield. He flew out to right field. And an appeal. I think that's an appeal at second. The ball is caught. Is this a run or not? I thought there was an appeal at second, and I saw an out call. Okay, so a sacrifice fly then, I assume, by Brock Laird for the second out, and Nichols scores all the way from second base. Seven nothing Berries. This has just crept away slowly. Fastball at the knees to Ethan Murdoch. 0-1. Murdoch, 2 doubles and a homer tonight. He's 3 for 4. Ground ball to Weaver. On to Mancourt, 3 away. So, pretty good inning there for Bill Hosegood. Although the Berries do get a run on 1 hit. There were no Weyburn errors and no base runners left. It's after 7.5. The Saskatoon Berries 7. The Weyburn Beavers no score. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 8th inning right after this. Hugh Montgomery to lead things off in the home half of the 8th inning against Reed Beck. First pitch on the inside edge and low in the zone for strike one. Montgomery 0 for 2 with a walk. Joe Medill and Ryan Doffney also do up the 1-2-3 hitters. Fastball is off the plate outside. Beck threw 20 pitches in the first inning, 12 for strikes. Well, not the first inning, but his first inning. 3-1. Fastball on the outside edge. And a full count to Hugh Montgomery. And that's laced right at the center fielder. Nash Nichols, one away. And Joe Medill comes to the plate. 0-1 the count to Joe Medill. Joe 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts tonight. Pitch inside. Marion tried to jerk it back into the zone. But Braden Lonsbury, the home plate umpire, not buying it. Fouled over the screen and out of play, 1-2. Jackson Sheehy warming in the pen for the Beavers. Foul tip squeezed by Aiden Marion. Another strikeout. Twelfth strikeout of the night for Barry's pitching. That's a foul out of play by Ryan Doffney. So of the Beaver starters, there's only 2 of them that have not struck out in this ballgame. Not a good recipe. 0-1 to Doff with 2 outs. Comebacker speared by Reed Beck. And 1-3 on the putout, a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll go to the 9th inning when we return on Coast Hotel's Weyburn Beaver Baseball live on FloCollege.
Now pitching for the Weyburn Beavers, number 24, Jackson Sheehy. Pitching chase brought to you by Swayze Country.
Jackson Sheehy on to throw the 9th inning here for the Weyburn Beavers. In relief of Bill Hosegood. The line on Bill, well, we'll start with the line on Josh Pritchard. 6 1/3, scattered 11 hits. There were 6 runs, all of them earned. 4 strikeouts and no bases on balls. 85 pitches, 65 for strikes for Josh Pritchard. Bill Hosegood, 1 2/3, allowed 1 hit and a run, and it was earned, and struck out 1, walked none. So Jackson Sheehy from Guelph, Ontario, attends State University of New York, Niagara. First pitch low to Gavin Panks, ball 1. Jackson Sheehy on the year, 4 innings pitched. He does have a save. He's allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. 3 strikeouts to go with 2 walks, and a 6.75 earned run average. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Panks. That just misses outside. 2-2. Gael Salinas and Nathan Houston also due up for the Saskatoon Berries in the top of the 9th inning. And that's lined over the shortstop for a base hit. Single the other way for Gavin Panks. 3 for 5 on the night. Base hits in his last 3 at-bats. And a hard line out back in the first. Right at Joe Medill in left field. So a runner aboard for Gael Salinas. Salinas 1 for 4 on the evening. Lined over top of Trevor Dale, base hit. Back-to-back singles over the shortstop. And Nathan Houston will be the hitter. Houston 2 for 4 with a pair of RBI singles in the ballgame. Fastball tails in to Houston. 1 ball, no strikes. Sheehy looking for a ground ball here. And he gets one off of the lip to Mancourt. Flips to Sheehy. He touches the bag. The runners advance. So 3-1 on the play. And 2 in scoring position for Nick Stinson. Fastball misses inside, ball 1. Stinson 1 for 4 on the evening. He singled back in the 6th and struck out a pair of times. Foul tip. 1-1. Had a good long visit with Jackson Sheehy during batting practice a few days ago. And that's hit on the ground to second. That's going to score a run. Dale over to first in time. 6-3 on the putout. An RBI ground out for Nick Stinson. Salinas advances to third base. 2 away. At an 8-0 Barry's lead. And 1-0 the count to Josh Henson. Henson 1 for 4. Singled in the 6th. That gets by Rob Gurney back to the screen, and Gael Salinas will score on the wild pitch. And pitch way inside. So I think the signs were crossed up there, and Sheehy crossed up his catcher, so they're going to talk about it. Well, base is empty and 2 outs. And a 2-0 count on Josh Henson. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's fouled back. That'll hold the count at 2-2. Aiden Marion on deck. Strike 3 called. Great pitch there by Sheehy. Froze Josh Henson. And the Berries 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no Beaver errors and nobody left. So after 8.5, the Berries 9 and the Beavers no score. We'll see if the Beavers can get on the board in the bottom of the 9th when we return after this. Everybody's going to get that back. Dax, Eli, Gunner, saw Colt with a bat. Heading to the bottom of the 9th inning, and the bench is going to empty here for the Weyburn Beavers. Batting for Braden Mancourt will be number 14, Dax Brown. Dax on the year, 3 hits and 15 at-bats, good for a 200 average. Does not have an extra base hit, nor an RBI. And quickly, 2 balls, no strikes the count. Fastball in there, 2-1. On deck to hit for Austin Boylan will be Eli Hansen. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Change up just off the plate outside. And the count is full to Dax Brown, the Oxbow, Saskatchewan product. Ball 4. So the North Dakota State College of Science freshman advances to first base. And that'll bring Eli Hansen to the plate. Still looking for his first base hit of the 2026 season. Wild pitch will advance Dax Brown to second base. So 1 ball to Eli Hansen, who also attends North Dakota State College of Science in Wahpeton, North Dakota. Fouls that straight back. And I mean straight back. Gunnar Ferguson has a bat and will bat for Nick Miller. It's like Colt Sussex Uphold has a bat and will bat for Trevor Dale. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Number 4, Gunnar Ferguson.
So Gunnar Ferguson will get an at-bat. 2 for 17 on the year with a double. Four runs scored on the year for Gunnar. Oh, 1 the count. That's in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes, the count. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. Third strikeout. Sorry. 7 through the 7th. Fourth strikeout for Reed Beck in his 3rd inning of work. And number 30, Colt Sussex Uphold. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Colt on the year, 3 for 12, 250 average. Does have a double on 2 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. And 0-2. Beavers down to their last strike here. Runner in scoring position is Dax Brown. Strike 3 called. After the walk, Reed Beck strikes out the side. So the Berries chip away all night on this one. 2 in the first, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 1 in the eighth, 2 in the ninth. And they take this one 9-0 for the Berries. Those 9 runs on 14 hits. They committed 1 error and left 7 on base. The Beavers did not score. 2 base hits. That isn't going to get it done. 2 errors and 7 left on base. The winning pitcher is Owen Stemple. The losing pitcher is Josh Pritchard. Back through the 7th, 8th, and 9th, so that should be a save. I'll talk to our scorers and see if we can get that adjusted. But, yeah, these two teams will do it again tomorrow night in Saskatoon, a 6 p.m. start at Cairns Field. And on behalf of myself, John Preddy, my spotter and producer, Lisa Preddy, who does such a good job playing all the ads and switching cameras and whatnot, and all of the producers back at FloCollege Central, thanks to everyone for tuning in and sharing your evening with us tonight. We wish you a safe drive home if necessary. Thank you, and good night.